Hey guys, how's it going? For this video, I'm gonna be talking about the Archie 3. I'm sure all of you who are watching my, very humble, low-cost video would have probably come across Archie Luxury. And he religiously advises his viewers or people to get these three pieces, right? It's the no date sub, the Explorer 2, and the Speedmaster. So, I've owned these three pieces for a few years now, and I would just like to give you an opinion on the Archie 3. Uh, he just he just goes on and on and on and on about these three pieces, and he keeps telling his viewers to buy these pieces. What do I think? Do they live up to his hype and his antics? And the honest answer is yes. You don't necessarily have to keep these pieces, right? But if you're a collector, if you're a watch collector, I feel that you have to have experience ownership of the two most iconic sports watches ever made, right? And that would be the Rolex Submariner and the Omega Speedmaster. Whether you keep it, right, whether you hang on to it or not, that's another issue. But if you would like to get into watch collecting, I feel that every collector has to have gone through a Rolex Submariner and a Speedmaster. It sounds silly, I know, but you should, right? You should own one of these, at least one of these watches. You don't have to have all three at the same time. Perhaps you could first start out with the Explorer 2, right? It would be you can start out with the Speedmaster, right? It would be the most affordable of the three. You like it, great. You don't like it, you can always get out of it, and maybe you can put some cash on top of the Speedmaster and go for the Explorer 2. And then after that, if you've experienced ownership of the Explorer 2, then you can sell that and buy a Submariner, right? They're not cheap by any means. The Explorer 2 would probably go for about 3,500 US. The no date sub would probably go about 5,000 US. And the Speedmaster, well, okay, this one's a little unique, right? This one's actually a vintage Submariner. Vintage. I wish I had a vintage Submariner, but this is a vintage Speedmaster, affectionately known as the Ed White, reference 103.005, circa 1965. Beautiful watch, and straight lugs, no crown guard. So this wouldn't be a cheap Speedmaster, right? This one would cost a lot more, but Speedmasters can be had for about 2,500 US dollars. And if you really don't like these pieces, sell them off. They're easy to sell, right? I think the reason why Archie keeps advising you to get into these pieces first is because you don't know, right? It's a lot of money, right? You're spending a lot of money, but if you buy these pieces, you can get out of it and you won't lose money. You might even make a small profit. It's definitely worth experiencing ownership of these three pieces, especially the Speedmaster and the Submariner. And then after that, you can decide for yourself, okay, are these watches that I really like, or do I want to, get out of it and try something different? Maybe you're not maybe you realize you don't like chronographs, right? Maybe you realize you don't like Rolex. Um, then you can move on to other brands or whatever watch that you want. At least you can say that, yeah, I own these watches, and it just wasn't for me, and that's perfectly fine, right? Beautiful watches, it's really, in my opinion, everything you need. It can see you through life, right? Archie's right. The chronograph for me, this is a dress chronograph, right? It's vintage. There's no way I'm gonna be. Although it can take an abuse, it can take a beating, but it's a vintage watch, and I tend to be a little careful with it. So it's my dress watch, right? The Explorer 2, it's my sports watch. It can also be a little dressy, and of course Submariner is my diver. It's my sports watch. Three-piece collection, right? Maybe if you wanted to add a fourth piece, right? You go get a dress watch, you get a reversal, and boom, you're set for life, right? That's all you need. I would get a white dial reversal, so I had two white dials and two black dials. Get it on the black leather strap, so I got one brown strap, I would have a black strap, and two bracelet watches. Perfect. That's all you need. Yeah. So, yeah, for anyone who's interested in starting a collection, I say get a Speedmaster first, get an Explorer 2, and then go for the Submariner. And once you feel you want something a little more refined, go for a reversal. Okay, well, exactly what Archie says. It's been an very humbling to be able to own all these pieces, and I'd just like to share them with you. Speaking of which, I don't know if my eyes are playing tricks on me, but is this dial turning a little brown to you? I don't know if you can tell from the camera, but it's supposed to be black, but it looks like it's turning a little bit brown from what I remember it to be. I've owned this piece for about 5 years now, 5, 6 years now, and I've been very lucky with this watch. I managed to pick it up off eBay, of all places, for about $3,000, maybe a little less. And now these things have kind of gone through the roof. Not in the best condition, right? You can see that the chrono hand has kind of flaked off. The bezel's a little bit. It's had its bruises, but yeah, it's actually quite charming. It's okay. A couple bangs here and there. It's definitely been lightly polished. If you look at the case back, it doesn't have it's definitely been polished before, but that's okay. This is it's a historical piece right here, right? For those you don't know, Ed White was the first man who walked in space, and this was the model that he chose. It's a pre-moon Omega Speedmaster, and right, 1965, which is actually the exact same year that Ed White got a Speedmaster. So it's pretty cool to think that this watch was made in the same batch, the same year as Ed White's Speedmaster. Definitely will not be selling this. This is it's just gonna appreciate in price and value, but it's not about making money. It's just having an appreciation for history And to me, man going to the moon was it's a remarkable feat, and this is a symbol of it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take care.